has started right on time at 10:30, and we'll just see what we can do for you. We're going to lead off with the band, and it looks like it's the, is that the Ocano High School band coming up?
Happy Copperfest Parade!
Okay, and get a couple of clowns to start this whole thing off. Everybody loves a clown. This is the high school band?
I don't know. Looks like it.
Okay.
I can't see anybody.
Yeah, okay. There are, I think, 3 bands in this parade, and I'm not sure. This is a pretty good size. Maybe it isn't. We're starting off, of course,
It's
with the Ocano
Ocano.
Police. Okay, it's the Ocano High School Band, and we're starting off with the AMVETs with their contingent of flags, and I wouldn't like to hold one of those flags right now, Dorothy.
No, but I would like a seatbelt up here too, if you wouldn't mind. A little windy.
It is a little bit on the windy side for sure. Maybe we're going to get some music out of the Ocano High School Band. Let's give a listen. The Ocano High School Band leading off the parade here for the Copper Culture Festival. We have a lineup of cars right now, and I'm just going to try to go through here. This is the DAV. Help me, Dorothy.
I don't know.
Disabled War Veterans, the American Veterans, I think. Anyway, the commander and the adjutant riding in the parade. I can tell that because it says so right on the car. This is for veteran benefits, contact, Fred. Okay, there we go. This is all part of the veterans leading off the parade, the Copper Culture Parade. Now,
This
are
is
these
the first queen of all the parades, Cindy Growell.
Okay, 1983 Copper Festival Queen, Cindy Grohl. Okay,
She was the first.
looks very pretty. Goodness gracious, where do they find these convertibles? I think we ask this every year. This is
1984, Lori Zahn, the queen.
I like that car. Okay. Now we're coming up with the Queen candidates. This is Donna Berth, 1985 Queen candidate. And
Courtney Blum.
Courtney Bloom, 1985 Queen candidate. I was going to ask you to describe what they're all wearing.
Thank goodness. They're all very pretty, carrying pretty flowers.
And coming up next, also is a Queen candidate.
Laura Brabant.
Very pretty. We're going to find out who the 1985 Copper Culture Queen is going to be. As a matter of fact, as we go out to Copper Culture State Park at about 12:20 this morning, afternoon, I should say. And we're going to find out. Here we come with another Queen candidate. And this is?
Teresa Campbell.
And again, very pretty. Well, you know what? I'd hate to have to choose
Right.
between these. That would be difficult. Especially if I had to choose strictly on looks. And this is?
Paula Gallagher.
Paula Gallagher. 2, 3, 4. Well, let's see. About 5, 6. There's a lot of candidates.
Yeah. Every year it seems to be growing in candidates.
Okay, coming up is Queen candidate.
Carla Luzier.
All sitting inside these nice convertibles. You never saw my convertible, did you?
Yes, I did, and we'll hold comment on it.
It was a 47 Studebaker.
It looked like a squashed bug.
Okay, this is
Kelly Seckel.
It is windy up here. If you're hearing all kinds of noises, that's going to cause some problems. Miss Abrams. Oh, I thought this was a Queen candidate. Miss Abrams?
No, is Lisa Longsign.
Lisa Longsign. She's pretty too.
Watch it.
Okay, now we're coming up with Mayor Glenn Garvey. I see waves going by. Oh, he's not giving out candy this time. Representative Richard Matty.
You're supposed to be walking.
Okay, now we've got a lull in the parade here, it seems like, in between. Uh-oh. What's this coming up? Now, who's that with the candy?
I knew you were going to do that to me.
Okay, they have to follow a Republican, of course, with a Democratic car. I think that's part of fair trade or fair play or something like that. And it just says, Democrats salute Oconto. How about Cornell?
Right. Thank you. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see that far.
Oh, goodness. And we have a whole group of kids on bicycles. And it says, come to the ice cream social tomorrow, 1 to 4. And I know that's got to be at the Beyer home. Oh, these kids are really great. I wish you could. There's one dressed as an ape man.
Two of them.
Two of them. And there's wagons that are decorated and bicycles that are decorated with tissue paper and everything that you can go through it. Baby strollers. Here's a wagon with a tub inside of it, one of these little swimming pools.
Look at that.
And the little girls with long dresses, little bitty girls, all
Hats.
dressed up in hats and wigs and things. Here's a wagon with like a riding horse on it. A little boy riding it, all dressed up with Indian feathers. Tricycles with windmills.
I wonder if she went backwards if it wouldn't blow her down the street, right?
Yeah.
With that wind. Look at that one.
The Wonderland cab, huh? Okay, the little one all...
Go ahead, explain.
I'm not going to explain that one. Dressed up as a clown, pushing a little bitty a wagon along, as it would be. Copperfest 85. These kids have done really neat, dressing themselves up.
Indian Joe and Susie.
Turn that around. Wilderness Dwellers, Injun Joe and Susie, can't. Bet you can't, huh? Okay. Yeah, right. We know who that is, don't we?
All right.
Who?
Well, one is Pearl Christopherson. I don't know who the other one is.
AMVET's Post 63 Auxiliary, and there they have the old wash tubs, the old sewing machines, and
I'm
doing it as they can. And some more coming up. Okay, we've got an Army vehicle, 3/4 ton, I believe is what we used to call these, truck, and it's pulling the Jonesboro Post number 74. And on here we got the American Legion. Little League, would that be, Larry? Little League baseball team. And they're riding along. Can't quite get the candy here. Oh, they did too. They got a couple of them up here on the judges' stand.
Larry, you want some bubble gum?
There you go, Larry. Larry Walters is up on the stand with us, and he's operating camera. We're videotaping at the same time, so. Okay, Mount Pleasant Ladder Company, number 123. And this is an oldie, Dorothy.
Right.
You should remember that.
Oh, sure.
Who's this on the back?
Sinchak.
Yeah, right, Roger.
Roger, Doc.
I
Matt
wonder if
Carbon.
this is one of these that they have to drive the back as well as
Right.
the front.
Right. Didn't you see him trying to go up the street before?
Yeah, the old hook and ladders. If he doesn't want to go that way, he causes lots of troubles.
Well, that's what they were doing. The front was going one way, and he didn't get the back going right away the same way.
Takes a little practice doing that. Now, coming up, driven by a little John Deere tractor, is a miniature church. Oh, I know what church that is. That looks like the Christian Science.
Right.
That looks like the Christian Science. First Christian Science Church, built 1886. Now, if I remember my history, that is the first one. That is a good replica of that. That is very good. It's built with the same color and everything. You know, I think used to have another coating over the outside of it, slapdash or something like that, and it was breaking and they took it off and they found the original coat covering underneath that and they refixed it accordingly. Okay, courtesy of Worcester Barth Motors. Goodness, this is a Chevrolet that's got to be about 1950.
Before my time.
And it's very well kept up too.
That's a Chevy?
That's a Chevrolet. That's before our 56. It's about a 51 or 52 or something like that. Courtesy Worcester Barth Motors. Very nice convertible. Sunliner. Little Miss Peanut, 1985. Sponsored by the Okana Kiwanis, of course. I wonder if they have their name on that. Dorothy is looking down our list.
I don't see it.
Little Miss Peanut.
Just to the ladies up there.
And there's an old Chrysler.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, goodness, a flag.
Thank you.
Okay, this is a 1931 Detroit Electric in the Beyer Home Museum.
Now that's one you used to ride in, right?
A 31 Detroit Electric. Dorothy, thank you very much. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that's the one you'd have to kind of charge it up. Should stop over at the Historical Society of the Beyer Home and see some of those old vehicles if you've never done that. It's really great to do. This, I don't know what it is, Dorothy. It's a
The Shiloh Lounge.
Shiloh Lounge, okay. Your eyes are better than mine. And it's driven by an old, I'm not sure if that's a Ford or what that is, pickup truck.
Oh, here's another one.
Okay. These vehicles are way before my time, Dorothy, I'm
Are
afraid.
you sure, Walt?
Yeah, another
Oh,
black pickup truck, way back when. The white walls, the wide white walls. Okay, tractor. This is visit the Okano, beautiful city of Okano, I think is what it says on the float. It's kind of
Park.
torn. Yeah, okay.
Visit Okano City, beautiful city.
Beautiful City Park. There we go, definitely. And of course, there's trees on it and all the things that go along with it. Band time once again, Dorothy. Leona High School Band.
This is directed by Gary Birch.
Gary Birch. A name that sounds very familiar. Oh, and they're gonna stop playing now, right? Let's get a listen anyway. Leona High School Band, directed by Gary Birch.
They have pretty uniforms.
Want to describe them?
Well,
Green and black, green tops, white black bottoms, and a white stripe across the front.
and like a cowboy hat with a white feather always. A plume? Oh,
Plume,
well,
plume.
Okay. To me, they're a feather.
Very good. We heard them playing just as they were coming before, but right now.
Oh, here's the
Meals on Wheels. Educational programs, fun bus trips, special diets. I think it's great. Meals on Wheels.
Hi, Leah.
Leah DePau, among others, riding.
Flossie.
Flossie.
Oh, here comes the pretty horses.
And now comes horse time. Oh, there you go, Dorothy.
Right.
Is that like a Surrey or
That's Vester Blanche. I wonder if
Blanche.
that's his daughter.
could be? Car tires on the back of that little homemade jobby. We need one of those for our horse. Okay, we've got another one of these little Cushman carts right now. And they've got candy for kids, of course.
With all they're throwing out, I sure hope they got a stack left because they sure are.
I think they got boxes of them all over. Here comes a clown stealing some candy out of the back.
He's got to pass them around to certain people.
Yeah. I hope they don't run out of batteries halfway down the parade route.
That's O'Connell Lions Club.
There you go. That's those little carts that they take along when you go out to go golfing for exercise.
Right, for exercise, right. Climbing in and out.
Here's your friend coming up, Dorothy, walking along the side. And I'll tell you,
he's bowling with candy across the road.
he's not gonna lie. He's not lying down either.
No, he's holding his nose, following the horses.
It's a lion dressed as a man, or a man dressed as a lion. One of the two.
Maybe it's a girl.
Okay. We've got 4 judges that are judging this parade and are going to pick winners as we go along. Jerry McDowell, Jeannie Gabrielson, Lorelei Dickinson, and Linda Hindy. Hind. Okay.
Hind.
Are all sitting alongside of us here, and they've got the job of judging this. And you know, that's another thing. Somebody has to pick out who the queen is going to be, and they're going to have to come up with first, second, and third places on these floats too. And
good luck.
Good luck is all I've got to say. They're really, you know, there's a lot of good entries. Oh, I like those kids. I thought those kids were really neat.
Right.
And the bicycles and tricycles and everything, and the way they've decorated themselves up. And no, I'm not still going to describe that one little bitty girl.
Oh, come on. Just because she was dressed like a lady?
An older lady, right? Look at this, Dorothy. The clown over here with the chair.
He swiped somebody's chair.
Yeah, he's going to sit down and watch the parade. Oh, right in the middle of the street now he's going to do it. He'll sit right down here.
Hope Roger's vehicle has good brakes. He's going to hit him.
We've got the A&W drive-in coming up right now.
Yet.
And they're going to come right at him. This is a good clown. He's having a lot of fun. This is the A&W drive-in with the root bear.
Oh, it's Danny in there.
Is it Danny in there?
Right.
Oh, there's one way to videotape part of a parade. You sit in the back of the A&W van. And I'll give him a plug too. That's Dean Video, of course.
Oh, look at that.
Dean Video Productions. Okay, the stoplight 66 service. They're going to haul the whole thing right through town. Lowest prices in town, huh?
And Kenny with his cans.
Kenny Hansen, of course. Where would he be without aluminum cans?
Without his aluminum cans. Or where would we be without Kenny picking them up?
I guess so. Keeping the place clean as it goes along. Everybody knows Kenny Hansen. Okay, what is this? Can you see that?
You shop 'em Thompsons.
You shop 'em Thompsons, Indian style.
Indian style.
It's an Indian head up on the top, and it's in yellow with all kinds of colored flowers, or colored feathers as it would be, and the main float is made in brown and blue. I'll bet you that's his Jeep underneath there. That's why we didn't see the Jeep for a while.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
That is pretty.
This is the John's Green Machine. It's got to be one of the oldest tractors I have seen around in a while. And it says Mountain Dew on the back of the float. That's all it says so far until we can see it. And that's still running yet, that tractor. I think that's older than ours.
Really?
Yeah, not much though. Not much.
We're on the wagon.
We're on the wagon. John.
Oh, that's the chemical people, probably.
Oh, could be. Could be. Yeah, could be. Now the horn you heard in the background is part of a truck from Scott Paper Company. And they've got one of their big semis coming down, decorated up right now. The antennas are all decorated with red, white, and blue. And other decorations around it. It kind of sounds like Johnny One Note. He's only got one note to play on that horn. Loud. Scott Paper Company, of course, of Ocado Falls. There goes a balloon flying through the air.
No, I take that back. That was Tractor and Hay Wagon for John Willicott.
Tractor and Hay Wagon.
So that wasn't the chemical people.
Okay.
Maybe.
We have a list of what's in the parade. Unfortunately, they're not in order. The list is in order. The people in the parade are not in order. If he blows that horn.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Blew the horn for us. Scott Paper Company, Oconto Falls. Scott Towels.
I never knew they had a big truck. I've never, and all the time up and down the highway, it's the first time I've ever seen one that said Scott Towel.
Well, because we don't see them much around here. They're delivering out all. Whenever we go on vacation all over the country, we find Scott Towels. Look at, they're throwing away paper towels, throwing away rolls of paper towels for samples. They have a truckload of Scott Towels here. Must be a group of workers behind them, and they're just throwing them away. Behind them is, what is it?
Sheboygan Youth Band.
The Sheboygan Youth Band. I think that's who's going to be entertaining out at the Copper Culture State Park before we get there, probably. If they're entertaining, we'll try to pick them up when we get there. But other than that, they'll be out there before then. And, well, that wind is picking up, too.
Yeah. Those paper
Scott
towels
towels.
sure sail in that wind.
Yeah, they do.
Oh. They came over and shook hands with an older gentleman who couldn't get it, and then they walked away, and then they handed them the paper towels after all.
Let's give a listen and see if they're going to play here.
Oh, don't girl. Oh, look at it. They can hardly hold that flag in front back here. They're just little ones.
Sheboygan
Youth Band.
Youth Band. Sheboygan Youth Band is what it's from. Sheboygan, Wisconsin, coming on by. And they're dressed in yellow and black. Black slacks and yellow jacket type things with, well, a standard type black and white hat with the white plumes on the top. Did I get that right, Dorothy?
Right.
Good enough. Okay. And they'll be entertaining. I believe that's the one that's entertaining later. It's just about 11 o'clock, and we got a little bit of a break. I'm just going to say this is WOCO, Oconto, Wisconsin. This is the 3rd annual Oconto Copper Culture Parade, and we're downtown Oconto, right on the main street, right at the four corners here in front of Dow Chrysler Plymouth Dodge. And across from Lauerman, Schultz Brothers, and Ladies' Choice, and Gamble's, and all the rest. And all the people.
My favorite.
Okay, what is this?
A horse.
A lot of horses.
Lots of them. I'm glad I'm not on the little paddy wagon behind.
You mean picking up the
Right on. This is Machickanies.
the Machickany riders?
Hmm?
And those are Appaloosas, aren't they? Well,
A little bit of each, I think. Yeah, those are Appaloosas ahead, but
you know, with the spotted ones. These here look more like quarter. Well, look at the face on them.
yeah,
They're brown,
I think they're a mixture.
white stars, or the white parts of them. Should have brought our horses along, Dorothy.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
The untrained ones?
That's
right.
the ones, right. Light brown and white. And I'm not real good at different types of horses. You know, we might own horses, but well behaved for this.
Yes, for that wind in their faces.
Exactly.
That's
You can still hear. Now they're going to play, you know, the band. Now they're way past us.
We're past.
We've got oh goodness, a lot of horses. There's a little bitty one coming up.
Ah,
A little bitty horse. Listen to me.
a little bitty horse, right.
And of course, the riders are decked out in cowboy type shirts and blue jeans, and the cowboy hats, which they must have glued down to their heads with this kind of a wind. That's the kind of hat, Dorothy, that when you go riding through the brush, it generally ends up on the branch behind you.
Right.
All in blue. Well, no, they're not all in blue either. I guess I'm
Well, they lost one, so.
One hat or one horse?
Nope, one hat.
Oh, okay. It is quite windy for those of you who are listening in at home. It just gonna hang on to everything there. It's the wind is blowing away. They have like a blanket thing on the back. I wonder if there's I guess it's just a blanket along the
Well,
back
that
of
might
the
be
horse.
just that they're Machickany riders, because that's the same color as their banner across the front. So that might be just a.
No doo-doos so far, Dorothy. They must have.
No. I bet your mom wouldn't come without baby.
Mom wouldn't come without baby, right? That's got to be a yearling. Not a yearling, but the tail is still flat. Yeah, that's not
Right,
too old at
no.
all.
No. Oh, look at that little tyke. He's really handling his horse very well.
Uh-huh. Horseback riding is of course, a fantastic sport. Not only that, but it's fun.
Right.
Oh, they got horse. They got candy, too, in the saddlebags. And, of course, the clowns coming through at the same time.
Right.
There must be a zillion clowns in this
Oh, no.
parade.
No, no. Well,
Either that or the same ones keep coming back and forth. That one's got a little horn like Clarabelle. Well, not exactly like Clarabelle, but... Blow your horn! Yeah. It wouldn't blow.
I think she wore it out.
Yeah, so she looked at it right in her face and pushed it and it blew. And we're still going by with the horses yet, and there's certainly an awful lot of horse riders in the area, as evidenced by the amount of horses that have gone through the streets so far. There is a lot of people downtown Oconto, Dorothy.
Now that's the way to do it.
It's an automatic doo-doo picker-upper.
Right.
Or a super-duper pooper scooper. It's a little, yeah, let me describe it the best I can. There's two bicycle riders. One of them has a shovel built on the front of the bicycle that he can lower down and scrape up along the street, right? And the other one has a little box on the back of the bicycle on a trailer, and they just kind of, you know, whip it right into the box from the automatic shovel. It's cute. I've never seen anything like that before. A super-duper pooper scooper. Wisconsin Elks. In a 1958 Oldsmobile. 58 Oldsmobile. Do you remember 1958, Dorothy?
Sure I do.
You weren't even married then.
No. My brother-in-law had a car like that.
A 58 Olds, yeah.
Right.
I used to see those and I thought, boy, that's a lot of chrome. All chrome on the cars. You had to sit there and polish chrome, and once you got done around the car, you started around the other side again.
Oh, there's Snaky Jake.
Snaky Jake, Stock Lumber Company. Now and then, the Oconto Elks Lodge, 887. There you go. Now, this particular one has the Statue of Liberty on it. And NASA. Oh, okay. From the Statue of Liberty to...
You know who the astronaut is?
who's the astronaut?
Bob Sconser.
Bob Sconser. That's a mock-up of, what is that, Dorothy? Help me. Challenger.
Challenger,
Our
right.
spacecraft, right. Another horse, some more balloons, and Schrader Oil Company. This is a horse-drawn oil tank, is what it is. Has two very beautifully decorated horses.
Those are either Morgans, aren't they?
The big hoofs on them could be.
They have. Well, they're not.
It's a draft horse type, right?
Yeah, but not the other. What's the one that?
This is from Tigerton, Wisconsin, and very nicely done. And of course, Bayside Oil, Schrader Oil, Excavating, coming with their newer truck behind it. I wonder, did I have a date on that thing?
No, it doesn't.
It says for 50 years.
Yeah. We started small, but that.
Yeah. And of course, not only oil, but excavating, and they brought along one of their big old machines to show what they can do. And I think, I'm not sure what this big old thing does. To be tilling, it says.
Tiling.
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 There you go. Laying tile underground, digs the trenches, and lays it right back in again.
I hope the man on top's got a seatbelt. He's way up there.
Yeah, he's way up high in that wind. I haven't seen one of those since we moved from Illinois.
Right.
And you can tell, of course, the truck going by from the noise in the background. Schrader Oil and Excavating. That was a nice float they had decorated too. Well, that wasn't their float either, was it? That was
What?
that was the other float. Okay.
They have three. The last three were
The
there.
last three were theirs. Okay. Cream City Supper Club coming up next, and they have it on the back of a pickup truck, and they've got a couple loudspeakers out there. So I have a funny feeling there's music or something on the back of this float. Cream City, just north of the radio station on Cream City Road, downtown Cream City. See if they've got something on that. Wow, nothing that I can hear. Right in the hub, downtown Cream City. If you've never been in downtown Cream City, you haven't lived. I think if these kids eat all of the candy that's down in the street right now, they're gonna have a tummy ache.
Oh, one little one got 2 suckers, so he's going to give one to his sister who didn't get any. That's
Free cheese curds after the parade, it says. It's a float put on by, I'm sure, a dairy promotion group. It's got to be. There's a couple of little cows. It says milk on it, and a rainbow. And it says dairy rich in nutrition. What does it
Oconto
say?
County Dairy Promotions.
There you go.
I wasn't looking that high. I'm sorry.
Okay. This is Women's Club. And
All
the
the
Women's
things-
Club sponsor all things like
Bloodmobile, senior tea, eye and ear screening tests.
the Women's Club. And of course that little bitty car, like the old Model T type, or that's not Model T because that's got to be Oldsmobile.
Right.
The Model T would be Ford, I know that much. The little miniature Olds, 1901 Olds, the one that Big Brothers, Buick and Olds GMC drive around in. This is Shirley's Bar and Trading Post,
Riverside,
Bar. And they've got music, live music on the back. They have all dressed up like Indians, happy Indians. Oh, traders, traders for Indians. They got a bar set up there and a tent. Traders and Indians, and dressed in gunny sack. Those outfits are genuine gunny, Dorothy.
Are they?
Yeah,
Do they generally itch too?
probably. I wouldn't be at all surprised. This is Bond Pickle Company. And no pickles. Wasn't it last year, 2 years ago, they had the pickles in the little bitty
In the-
individual
Right.
relishes, peppers, pickles. And I don't think we have to have any introduction to the floats that coming up. You have a choice. You can pick any one of those on the next 2 trucks, Dorothy.
I did last year, and I'm still waiting. Well,
You're still waiting.
right.
This is Cruisers of Oconto, of course. We're talking about, oh, goodness gracious.
Hi, Dad. Somebody knew the driver.
Cruisers of Oconto with that deep, that's like a boat horn. And there you go. From the little cruiser in the front, that's a pretty boat. That little one, that open
Yes.
on the front, that's probably about a 15. I don't know. But that is a nice one. Of course, to their larger boats that cruisers make, the one right behind it, nice cream color. Get your Y right out into the lake with no problem at all. And I think this one here we could take out in the St. Lawrence Seaway, I think, out into the ocean. Cruisers make some real pretty boats. Reminds us of our days when we were going together.
Oh.
Well, let me tell you, the candy company sure made out good on this deal. And this is Microcraft. Mirocraft. I'm sorry, my eyes aren't that good. Northport, this is one of those nice boats where you can, on pontoons, just lazily go out and enjoy the weather. And of course, we've got some girls in bathing suits back there too. Mm-hmm. I missed the boat to begin with. I was noticing the girls first.
That's why you misread the name?
That's what it was. Yeah, I was just looking at
okay.
the. We have more boats coming too. They make those here cruisers too, Dorothy? It must, huh? That pontoon boat.
I thought that was a Gillette.
Well, maybe. I don't know. All right, we've got some more boats here. Mirrowcraft Northport. All right. Ocado River Marina, that's where these are all coming from. Okay. And these are all smaller boats. They're getting down to the kind we could almost afford, Dorothy.
Right.
The ones with the 2 oars on them might be the one that we get down to.
I ride, you work.
Okay. That's all from the Ocano Marina. I missed that sign before. Okay, here comes another boat. But this is different because this is water skiing and the Ocano Skiing Patriots. And all of those, including, I'll bet you, the Junior Patriots that are part of this. And look at the skiers behind. All water skiing.
Yes.
It's amazing how those water skis work on blacktop.
I hope they don't fall off.
They have skateboards with rollers on them, of course, and of course the skiers are all decked out in their bunny costumes, right? And they will water ski in these things.
Right.
Now, if you want to see the water skiers, then you have to go down to the boat docks at, I think it's 2:30 this afternoon. Or is it 3:30? Got to be 2:30. I don't have the schedule with me. I completely forgot to bring one. It's this afternoon anyway. You can listen to WOCO, they'll tell you. I can't read what this float is from.
Find out what that free aims. Find out
I can't.
they're sponsored.
The sign is all gone on the side of it, but it's a group of Indians and teepees, all decked out and the like. If they find out,
Up and ask them.
if they find out next to us, we'll pass it along to you who they were. This has got to be Wayne.
Right.
Wayne Bostwick from Wayne's in his 31 DeSoto. DeSoto. 31 DeSoto. By golly. Hello, Wayne. And he's got some candy there, but he's eating his own candy. No, he's throwing them out too. By golly. That's got the grandmother seat in it, the in-law seat.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the Ocano Chemical people you were talking about before. Against alcohol and other drug abuse. Tom Barassa driving a truck and it built around there. Building mines, not blowing them. Moo juice,
Oh, my
not moonshine.
goodness gracious.
And more candy. You know, they were kind of concerned about the safety council about throwing candy from floats because a lot of times kids run out in front of vehicles. They're watching pretty close here, though.
They're spaced far enough apart and the candy's coming over far enough. I don't see any reason.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a problem along the route, at least what we have seen. Now, we had a story on that the other day about being cautious about that sort of a thing. But the kids seem to be watching. And this is St. Patrick's Picnic, June 30th. Centennial Queen. I wonder if that's Jody Hendricks from St. Patrick's Church of Styles. St. Patrick's Church Centennial. Brenda Kennedy, Mary Younger, the 100-year celebration. That's this year, of course. They're doing that at St. Pat's in Styles, celebrating their 100th year. That centennial celebration, the big part of it, I think, is coming up. Oh, June 30th, probably all tied around that date. We'll be hearing more about that coming up, I'm sure. All of them people down there at Styles, including their pastor, Father Don Becker, getting ready to celebrate. He's not 100 years old, is he?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Close to.
Close to it?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
99 and counting.
Yeah, okay. Anybody know Father Don Becker from Styles, don't tell him we said that. This you can hear coming from a long distance away, and it's probably got to be...
Woody's.
Yeah, Woody's Bar. Woody's okay. Or isn't he? Oh, okay. They're gonna stop playing right now, aren't they? Right. I don't know who the group is. I know Woody's playing.
Woody's okay bar.
Woody, yeah, the...
everything be okay, Jeff. If you don't stop down to see us tonight, we'll be there. We'll be there tomorrow afternoon. We got 10-cent beers all day today and all day tomorrow.
That's Woody.
What the heck?
We have to charge it for advertising.
Pour it in the ground.
We're kind of hung up here all of a sudden for some reason or other.
I think they're playing.
Listen, cool Tim Lash, listen like this one.
Oh, they're passing along free beer. Let you listen a little bit here. They're all sitting on hay bales in the back of this hay wagon. Well, I guess what else would you sit on in a hay wagon?
Rather have a drink with the first guy you meet.
Did you notice the sign on the back of the truck?
And the only
This is reserved for funerals.
Reserved for funeral, right. Senator Van Sistine. Is he driving his own car? By golly, he is. Back of the car says First National Bank of Oconto. Now we've got coming up here the Oconto County Reporter. Our Oconto paper, of course. And it says, extra, extra, Copper Culture Fest in Oconto. Read all about it. There's Bill Borneman ahead of that establishment. Bill is a typical newspaper person. He's always around with his hat. Always a reporter with his hat. They have a camera on the front of that with Kodak and a picture of a drawing of a newspaper that's dated June 26, 1985, Wednesday. Copper Festival, a big success. The headlines. A big newspaper, along with Town Choir, over 6,000 attend Old Copper Festival, all written up in a big newspaper type thing. On the back of it, they have a picture of Oconto County, the entire county, which of course the County Reporter is serving, and of course the spot for Oconto right there. All right, celebrity boats. CNAT. Can you read that?
Oconto River Marina.
Okay. See, you're closer to it. You're one chair closer to it, that direction. And we've got another celebrity boat in the parade. With some kids in the parade having themselves a ball. There's got to be a ton of candy thrown out at this parade.
No, Dave.
We have some more boats. Now we're getting a little closer to our size. Sound good on the radio, huh? More boats from Oconto River Marina. Miracraft. You got one of those there that we can afford? Back there, huh? Okay. Listening to it on the radio. Now this is getting down to it now. The
That's
Northport
a troller. You don't fish. You have to do that for fishing. That's
a rowboat. That's Larry just said. That's what we can handle is a rowboat with the oars. Without the oars, we can't afford those. Okay. Oconto Sportsman's Club, access to 1,000 acres of public land, it says on this. And they have ducks and geese and bears, deer, pheasant. Conservation, preservation, what?
looks like a weasel.
Weasel. And there's traps hanging all around the outside of it. This is,
Sears Creations.
okay, Creations of Oconto. Oh, that's neat. They've got a group of elderly and young people all dressed up in grandmother's type outfits, an old sewing machine on it, all decorated up in various colors, and of course showing the creations they can make. Now comes Brothers 3 on the back of a pickup truck. Brothers 3 for hungry people, of course, so they're showing a pizza, they've got balloons, and they're throwing away candy. And all the kind of things that are goodies. Goodies to eat from Brothers 3. That must be from Dahl Chrysler Plymouth Dodge. The best
Right.
is yet to come.
I'm
Whoa.
hoping somebody's looking there.
We almost had a collision here with the ladder truck. Stock and Sons, of course, have ladders on top of their truck, and they stop. And behind them is an old Jeep, Willis Jeep. Some Stock and Sons construction, home building and remodeling. Good gracious. The stoplight in. And that truck goes back in time too. Highway 22 and 41, Oconto Copper Culture. Band of Dancing, the stoplight in. Oh, it's right here on the corner, of course. Larry Lesneski and Company. Whoa, there's the wind again. Now, I don't know where they're from at all. It's one of those trucks with the, we got a group of trucks, the real high ones. The kind that gets you through everything. I think there might even be a muffler on this truck someplace. An old John Deere tractor. Eat beef and drink milk, it says, Dorothy.
Yeah.
No 4020 diesel. Let her go. And of course, Case International.
Moo cow, drink milk.
Looks like they came right out of the old field. The old 1066 International. Here's Gamble's truck. Oconto Business Association parade sponsor. The parade chairman, John Retravers, of course. Must be coming right down to the end of the parade because here's the Oconto Fire Department coming up right after. And I think this is about going to do it for the end of the parade. With the fire department finishing up, I thought they always end up with a police car, but that's it. Well, that's the 19th. That went along pretty good. Took about an hour almost for this parade, for the third annual Oconto Copper Culture Festival Parade, sponsored by the Oconto Business. Parade chairman, of course, John McTravers. We want to thank John, of course, for getting us this position up here. For Dahl Chrysler Plymouth, Mickey Dahl, for the electric power, of course, that we're using here and being in front of his location. And, of course, all the people that made this possible to get us here. And thank you, Dorothy.
You're welcome, Walter.
Okay, we're going to close off from here right now and send it back to our studios because we're going to pack up and head out to Copper Culture State Park and see if we can't get set up to there to bring you the festivities and the crowning of the Queen out at the Copper Culture State Park. That is scheduled for 20 minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock. We'll let you know as soon as we get out there and see what we can do for you. So for Dorothy and, of course, Larry Walters, who's helping on the side at the same time, I'm Walt Kozenski. It's been a public service presentation of WOCO Radio.
I'd like to take this time to welcome everyone to the third Old Copper Festival of Oconto. We appreciate all of you being here. Thank you very much. We hope that you enjoy this whole weekend. I'm sure that you'll enjoy that parade. Travers, who almost single-handedly organizes the parade and does a terrific job with it. Marlene Zahn and her Queen Committee of Ione Duane and Lola Bridger, who also do a really great job. Everything is taken care of and no one even has to worry about what's going on with the Queen. Don LaFortune passing out posters. Kay Stewart with the Historical Society for tying it in so nice with the Copper Festival. It all works out so well. Mayor Glenn Garvey for his time and effort on the phone and legwork that nobody really knows about. And there's a lot of other people that are on the committees that I don't know their names, or I didn't write them down. And, please understand, we appreciate your help. Even if I don't mention your name, you're really appreciated, and everybody's going to be needed for next year, so come on in and sign up. Now I'd like to also give a special thanks to Woody and Dee Dee Woodworth from Woody's OK. They have bent over backwards to help with this promotion, and I think, in fact, Woody's got his own Copper Festival going. But I want to give them a big thanks and just say that also thanks to the city and all the employees, everyone who helped out to organize everything concerning the festival. I'd like to thank the reminder for their ads, Bill Borneman at the Reporter for his big front page ad that we got last week, and WOCO Radio for the promotion that they gave us the last 2 weeks, especially the last week, and for doing the live broadcast throughout this weekend, one of which we're doing right now, and we ask you to listen in during the weekend to find out where the other ones are. And I'd like to just make one more thanks, which probably should have been first. Thank the Lord for no rain. Right. All right, now I would like to introduce the Queen candidates, but first of all, let me take some time out to introduce the Queen from last year, who has done a really great job all through the year representing the Copper Festival, Miss Lori Zahn. Lori has been to all the local parades, and she's had the opportunity to do interviews on the radio and TV, and she's been all over the place, and she's really been a good and faithful representative for Oconto, and we appreciate that. And Lori's going to be placing the crown on the Queen when she is chosen. Thank you, Lori. Also, the Queen from 2 years ago, Cindy Grohl, would you please welcome her? Cindy being or the first Queen, I guess. The first Queen, she never got a crown, and she never received a t-shirt, so we're going to fix that up this afternoon after this is over. Now, as I introduce the Queen candidates, they'll stand so that you know who they are. First is Donna Berth, 18, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jean Berth of 232 Ontario Avenue. Courtney Bloom, 17, daughter of Terry Bloom at 328 Pecore Street, and Glenn Bloom of Brazo Avenue. Laura Lee Brabant, 17, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Lawrence Brabant, 3131 Woodview Road. Teresa Campbell, 17, daughter of Victoria Campbell, 605 Park Avenue, and Jerome Campbell of Shawano. Paula Gallagher, 18, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Bill Gallagher, 313 Millage Avenue. Carla Jean Luzier, 17, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Carl Luzier, 214 Ellis Avenue. Kelly Jean Seckel, 18, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Seckel, Route 1, Oconto. Those are the candidates. Now, where did I fix my paper? This year's Copper Queen was chosen for her positive attitude toward Oconto, her poise and appearance. was interviewed on June 13th by 3 judges, Reverend Warden, Mr. Bruce Ludwig, and Mrs. Kathy Denor, and we extend our gratitude and thanks towards them for lending us their time for doing that, for making a difficult decision. We thank you very much. All 7 of these girls, these contestants scored very high in the judging, and each deserves the title Copper Festival Queen. But unfortunately, only one can get it. Here's the envelope I have right here with the name. But before I open it up, I want you to know there's only 2 ladies in this entire world that know what name is in there. When the queen is chosen, she will receive a $50 savings bond from the First National Bank of Oconto for banking at its finest, banking at its best. Come to the First National Bank in Oconto. For some reason, I can't help saying commercial. And also, an 8x10 portrait from Campbell Studios. For the best in photography, come to Campbell Studios in Oconto. Now I have to put this down while I'm opening up this envelope so it doesn't fly all over the place. Oh, I got that later. Well, I'll say it now. The Glory's On will be crowning the queen with the crown was donated by the 14 Carat Shop in Oconto for the finest in jewelry for all members of the family. Come to the 14 Carat Shop. And now, the 1985 Copper Festival Queen is Laura Lee Brabant. Getting on the sash. I would like to give our congratulations to all of the Copper Queen contestants and say that there are no losers in this contest. They're all winners because they tried, and we really appreciate it. And I told the girls before I would like to look at them while I'm doing this, but I can't because we have to be so close to the mic. But we invite them all to run again next year for the Copper Queen. They're eligible. And everyone else who wants to run. I mean, female between 16 and 24. The first duty of the 1985 Copper Queen will be to make a presentation on behalf of the Old Copper Festival Steering Committee to the Copper Culture Historical Society.
Settlement on this site that we're on right now. However, we're standing on an area people live. Before the pyramids were being built over in Egypt, there was already people on this site engaged in fishing and hunting, and had a community that had connections with other communities up in the Menominee area, over in the Toronto area, and down in the Fox Valley. So there was quite a conglomeration of people in this area, that had a fairly highly established civilization. And there were burial sites out here, probably over 200 of them. And in 1952, these were dug, and this is where a state park was started in commemoration of this event. There were tools of copper, bone, shells, and so forth, which are located over in the some of them over in the museum, the Byron Museum, and some in the Weyerbrook House behind us. There are also some of them in the WOCO Museum. So we're happy to have this park. It's still owned by the state. We hope to see it develop further with wilderness campsites, hiking trails, a canoe landing for boats coming down the Oconto River, and other outdoor recreation facilities. We think it's a real asset to the community. We feel that this could be a real attraction for this area. Again, I want to thank all of you for being here. You know it, but I had a full head of hair when this thing started. And it is a little windy out here, so I'm going to turn this back to Jerry, and thanks again for your attendance. And thanks, Jerry, again. Thanks.
The next speaker was supposed to be Senator Jerome Van Sistine, but his assistant Ron Antonou came up and informed us that the senator was in conference all night, and so he couldn't make it today. But the reason he was in conference was because he's working on less property taxes and a way to promote tourism here up here. So he's doing us some good down there, and we appreciate it. Richard Maddy, is Richard Maddy here? Okay, I don't see it. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for participating in the Old Copper Festival. We appreciate you coming here again, and if you please stay, there's supposed to be an Indian dance right out here right as soon as we're finished with this. For the rest of the while we're waiting for the Indians, these girls who were not